Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to what if Poland had joined the Axis before World War II? So a year before they got invaded, yeah, a year earlier, Germany wanted this Sudetenland that's right here. Which, and the Allies gave it to them. But then, they decided to invade the rest. So that's what we see here. But we also see Poland starting to make an invasion into Czechoslovakia. And as said before, Hungary does also. Now we can look at the peace treaty. So the peace treaty will look something like this, where Poland will get this land here. Germany will get this, and also this will go over to Hungary. And the rest of this will become the rest of Slovakia will become a puppet to Germany, which they won't be invading Poland this time because they joined the Axis. So as Hungary. So, yeah. So instead of, World War II starting because of Germany invading Poland, it will start with the invasion of France. Germany will invade into France, so will Italy. Spain, who just got out of the Civil War a few years earlier, will also join the invasion of France. Germany also goes through the lowlands, and they capture Paris. And, well, it's interesting, because then we see the Spanish also invade through their colonies in Africa into French West Africa. Italy will begin to invade into Ethiopia over here, which that did happen in real life, but I'm just gonna give them Ethiopia because I'm just gonna go quick. And they enter into British Somaliland and it's French Somaliland, which is just Djibouti in real life. And then they'll enter into Sudan in French West Africa. So, we see a lot happening here. We also see them invading into the Belgian Congo. We see Italy invading into Yugoslavia with the help of Germany and Hungary. And then the invasion of Greece, which Turkey and Bulgaria will join the invasion. And then we see Turkey joining the Axis. So they'll invade into this part of Cyprus and into Syria and Lebanon, who are owned by the French. Then they enter into British Palestine and into Iraq. and then into Kuwait. So, yeah. We also see Japan invading into China over here. They will have invaded Taiwan. They went across these islands over here. They enter into the Soviet Union with the support of Finland over here and the Baltic states. So we see Finland gaining ground against the Soviets, capturing St. Petersburg and this lake. We see Romania join against the Soviets and Poland. And the invasion of the Soviet Union will begin with Turkey invading over in this area. Also, Iran will be invading into the countries over here. Afghanistan will also join the war against the British and the Soviets. And so, we see the invasion over here. And they will enter into China, freeing Xinjiang from the Chinese, or democratic at this point. Mongolia will join in on this side of the Axis, invading this country. And also into Xinjiang and Inner Mongolia. So we see other countries joining the Axis. So we also see Tibet joining in on the side of the Axis, invading into the British, and also invading Nepal for some reason. I was gonna give them these countries here. Thailand will join on the side of the Axis, invading into French Indochina, capturing their old lands and then some. They'll also enter into British Malaysia and the Dutch East Indies, and also into the British Raj. They'll be invading into China. So you can see the world is at war. Then we see something unpredictable happening. The US will join the Axis against the British. They'll capture Vancouver, and they connect up to Alaska. They'll enter into Yukon from Alaska. They completely will. And they will also invade in here from Maine. They also go out and capture Bermuda. They'll help Quebec gain independence, but only if they join them as an autonomous region of the United States. And Quebec will agree, and they will fight alongside with the American soldiers invading into Canada. We see the U.S. invading in here from Michigan. And then making a front line here. They'll invade from over in the Great Lakes, capturing the entire area. And they will begin invading this area along their border until they capture. Argentina will join the Axis, invading the Falkland Islands. The US will also capture these islands over here. They'll go over here and capture Jamaica and Belize. I don't know why Panama looks like that, but okay. They also capture Guyana. I'm pretty sure that's still a British colony. I really don't know. In the 1930s. Also take this, French Guiana. What happened here? Should have probably fixed that. Let's look back up on the... Let's check back up on Germany here. So they'll be invading into Denmark. And then over here into Norway. Ireland will join on the side of the Axis, capturing Northern Ireland, which will make the British get distracted with them. So the Germans and the Americans could get them out of the war. While this happens, and Svalbard gets captured by the Axis. The US will roll through Canada now, with their Canada's capital getting taken already over here, because it was right on the US border. They cut Canada off in the Hudson Bay, and they began capturing it. Now, I know this is very unrealistic, but Poland did invade Czechoslovakia with the help with Germany, but Germany did invade them a year after. But still, this is a scenario where they actually don't invade them and Poland joins the Axis. But I see the US also invading into these islands up here, which I really don't know the name of. But I'm pretty sure these are part of, like, I really don't know. I really can't remember the names of Canadian provinces. But they start capturing areas along the Hudson Bay. And they also reach over to here from these islands. Reach these islands. And they keep capturing more and more of the Hudson Bay. Till Canada capitulates the US, which I'm just going to color them all in here. Sorry, this video might be too long, but I'm going to have to make the countries invade other countries. Yeah, Canada did capitulate to the United States. So Japan won't make the mistake of bombing Pearl Harbor because the US is helping out Japan instead. So, yeah. And Pearl Harbor is over here in this area of Hawaii. So let me just finish off Canada here. Well, British Canada, because they're still a part of the British Empire. Not for long, though, because in this scenario, the British Empire will be collapsing. And then from Canada, they enter into Greenland over here. This is not good for the Danes. So we see American troops steamrolling through Greenland here. Which I know this wouldn't happen in the 1930s in World War II. But I'm doing it. The Germans who were over here will invade into Iceland. And they will also help the Americans out here in the Greenland. Which eventually Greenland will surrender over to the Axis members. Which there's a lot of them now. So we got a lot of countries and colonies done with. So this is what the map looks like for now. Also, this was supposed to be British, which, yeah. Japanese will be invading this part of Papua New Guinea. They'll also, the US will let Japan move through the Philippines here to attack this area of Malaysia and Brunei. With Thailand capturing Sumatra, entering into Java, and taking the entire island, which is Jakarta. And then the entire island of Borneo folds over to Japan and, well, I guess the Americans. And they'll be invading into smaller islands. They also get Portuguese Timor, which Spain will also be invading into Portugal and taking them with relative ease. Japan is still invading into China and the Soviet Union. Eventually they capture all of Sakhalin and they enter into Siberia, with the US helping out Japan over here. So, US over here will send troops this way. And they will go over here to Siberia, helping out Japan. Probably said that dozens of times already. They connect. Japan connects up to Mongolia, who helps them invade here. Mongolia will also be invading into the Soviet Union. With Afghanistan and Tibet and Xinjiang helping out too. Also Iran too, I guess. Areas of the Caspian Sea will fold over. This area over here, which I don't know the name of, gets completely surrounded by Axis members. And eventually, this area will be folding over to the Axis. Over here in the east. We see a naval landing taking place in Scotland from the Americans. The Germans over here in France. And eventually, the British will fall. Lead to the collapse of the empire here, which I'm just going to show the peace treaty here in a second. So, we can go ahead and look at this peace treaty here, which I'm just going to show the new borders. Alright, here is the peace treaty of World War II. So Greenland will be divided up by the US and Germany. So the US will be taking the eastern areas, the western areas, Germany will be taking this. Also, Ireland gets Northern Ireland, which I'll show you here in a second. France will get divided up. So Germany will be taking a majority of France, with Italy taking this area, and also Spain taking this. Which leaves the rest of France as a puppet to Germany. Also, Canada will get annexed by the United States. And also, the overseas territories inside of North America, and also these two countries, overseas territories. Spain will be taking all this area of Africa. The US will make a bigger area over here with the Liberians also joining their country. We see the Italians taking all of this area. And all of this area over here. We also get Norway and, okay. So we see Italy taking up all of this land over here in Yugoslavia. Bulgaria will take this land. Romania will take this land. The Germans and the Hungarians will get the rest. Turkey will take this area. Also, I guess no. Bulgaria will be taking this area over here. Never mind. This is going over to Bulgaria. This will go over to Turkey. The rest of Greece will go over to Italy. Turkey and Iran will split this area over here. Romania will get all of this area of Ukraine. Poland will get this. The Baltic countries will get this. Finland will get all of this area. And they also get this. The Germans will take over this area over here. All the way until they reach this, which they will be making German. And also over here. Afghanistan will Iran will take this. And also this from the British Raj. Afghanistan will be taking more land over here. Tibet will be taking all of this land right here. And also taking more land from the Chinese. Xinjiang will gain their independence. And also getting more land. We also see Thailand taking out all of this. And also a bit of Borneo, which also will be split into 3 other parts, with the US taking this area and the rest going over to Japan. Thailand will also be taking Myanmar. And also all of this. And a bit of China here. Mongolia will be taking their old lands back over here in Inner Mongolia. Which I don't know if these are the original borders, but they're now. And they also will be taking all of this area of the USSR, or the Soviet Union. Well, the Japanese will be taking all of this. They also make a part, they also expand into Australia. And the rest of China will be going over Japan, with all of this over here going over to Japan. This will go over to the United States. Actually, this will be going over to the United... No. This will be going... No, okay. This will be going over... No. This will be going over to the United States. Go ahead and redo these borders. Oh wait, I forgot something. Never mind. Germany will be taking the island of Great Britain. All of this goes over to Spain here. Let's just get Italy over here too. US here. Germany will get all of this. Alrighty. Alrighty, here we go. Yeet. Yeah. There we go. There's Thailand, which is pretty big now. Oh, hold on. No, okay. No, okay. Eh. Oh, wait. There we go. Mm-hmm. Oh. Wait a minute. Yeah, big Mongolia. And I guess that's it. See you guys in the next one.